Do you ever feel like your mind is too full? Like it's always busy, racing with thoughts that never stop? It can feel like there's too much happening inside your head. Maybe you're thinking about what to do tomorrow, what happened yesterday, or worrying about things you can't control. It feels like your brain has too many windows open, and you can't focus on just one thing. Your mind is like a computer. When you open too many programs, it gets slow and can even crash. That's how your brain feels when it's filled with too many thoughts. It becomes difficult to think clearly or focus on the task at hand. But just like you can close unnecessary programs on a computer, you can also clear your mind. Imagine your mind as a busy river, rushing with thoughts like water flowing quickly downstream. The faster it moves, the harder it is to catch anything or even understand what's going on. You try to hold on to one thought, but it slips away as another one comes rushing by. It can feel overwhelming, like you can't keep up with the flow. But don't worry, there's good news. You don't have to keep living with a racing mind. You can learn to slow it down and even stop the flood of thoughts. Think of it like turning the water down to a calm, gentle stream. When you slow down the flow, you can focus on what's important and everything becomes clearer. Emptying your mind isn't about stopping your thoughts completely. It's about learning how to manage them. It's about finding peace even when your mind feels crowded. The first step is to recognize that it's okay to have thoughts. Everyone does. But it's also okay to take a break from them. You don't have to listen to every thought that comes into your head. Start by paying attention to your thoughts. When a thought pops up, ask yourself, is this something I need to think about right now? Or is it just a distraction? If it's a distraction, gently push it aside. This takes practice, but over time, you'll get better at it. Now let's do a quick exercise. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it for a second, and then exhale slowly through your mouth. Do this a few times. Focus only on your breath. Let your thoughts come and go without holding on to them. Just notice them, and then let them pass. This is the first step to clearing your mind. Every time you do this, you're training your brain to let go of unnecessary thoughts. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. So let's start now. Let's empty our minds together, step by step. Now that you've learned how to start emptying your mind, let's dive deeper. Just like cleaning your room, it's not always easy to clear out the clutter in your mind. But with small steps, you can make it easier and more effective. The first thing to do is identify the clutter. What are the thoughts that take up space in your mind? Is it stress about work, school, or family? Or maybe it's thinking about something that happened in the past or worrying about the future. All these thoughts are like pieces of furniture in a room. They take up space, but they're not really useful. When your mind is full of worry or stress, it's hard to focus on anything else. Imagine you're trying to study, but your mind keeps jumping to other thoughts, like, what if I fail? Or what should I eat for lunch? This is normal, but it also makes it harder to be productive. The key is to recognize these distractions and put them in their place. Start by writing down the thoughts that distract you. This can help take them out of your head and put them somewhere else. Once you write them down, you might realize that they aren't as big of a problem as you thought. In fact, writing things down often helps you see that your worries are just thoughts, not facts. When you write, make a list of what's on your mind. It can be anything, your to-do list, something that made you angry, or a worry about the future. Don't try to solve anything right now. Just let the thoughts flow out. This exercise helps to empty your mind and gives you space to focus on what really matters. After you've written down your thoughts, it's time to let go of them. The key to emptying your mind is not to hold on to every thought. Not every thought deserves your attention. Some thoughts can be put aside for later, and some should just be let go. How can you do this? It's simple. When a thought enters your mind, ask yourself, do I need to focus on this right now? If the answer is no, let it pass. Another way to let go of thoughts is by focusing on the present moment. Instead of worrying about what will happen next or thinking about something from the past, focus on what you're doing right now. Are you drinking a cup of coffee? Are you walking? Are you having a conversation? Bring your attention back to these simple activities. This helps you stay in the present and reduces unnecessary thinking. Remember, emptying your mind doesn't mean you will never have thoughts. It just means you will choose which thoughts to focus on. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to clear out the clutter and make room for peace. Keep doing this every day. Write your thoughts down, let go of distractions, and focus on the present moment. Over time, you will find that your mind is clearer and more focused. Now that you've cleared some of the clutter from your mind, it's time to focus. Focusing your mind is like turning on a flashlight in a dark room. When you focus, you shine light on one thing, and everything else becomes less important. The more you practice focusing, the clearer your thoughts become. But focus isn't easy. It's easy to get distracted, especially when there's so much going on around you. The key to building focus is practicing it every day. Let's explore some simple techniques you can use to train your mind to focus. The first step is to break things down. Sometimes, we think we need to do everything at once. This can overwhelm us and make it hard to focus. But when you break a task down into smaller steps, it becomes easier to focus. For example, if you need to study for a test, don't think about studying for hours. Instead, focus on one small part of the test. Maybe you can start with one chapter or even just one question. By breaking things down, you give your mind a clear direction. It's like telling your brain, we're going to focus on this small thing first. This makes it easier to stay focused, and it prevents your mind from jumping around. Next, let's talk about mindful breathing. This is one of the most effective ways to help your mind focus. When you feel distracted or stressed, take a few deep breaths. Close your eyes, breathe in through your nose, and breathe out slowly through your mouth. Focus only on your breath. This simple exercise helps you come back to the present moment and quiets your mind. It's like pressing the reset button for your brain. Mindful breathing is not just for stress. It also helps you focus on the task at hand. If you're studying, working, or even just relaxing, take a moment to focus on your breathing. It will help you clear away distractions and bring your attention back to what you're doing. Another way to focus is to limit distractions. In today's world, we're surrounded by distractions, phones, social media, noise, and many other things that pull our attention away. But when you focus, you need to set those distractions aside. Put your phone on silent, close unnecessary tabs on your computer, and find a quiet place to work. Start with small periods of time. You can set a timer for 10 or 15 minutes and challenge yourself to focus without distractions. Over time, you can increase the length of time you spend focusing. The more you practice, the better you get at keeping your attention on one thing. Finally, remember that focus is a skill. Just like learning a new language or playing a sport, you get better at it with practice. At first, it might be hard to stay focused, but as you practice every day, it becomes easier. Every time you focus, your brain gets stronger. You are training your mind to stay on task, and this will help you feel more productive and less stressed. So keep practicing. Focus on one thing at a time. Break tasks into smaller steps. Breathe deeply. Limit distractions. The more you focus, the clearer your mind will be. Once you've started to clear the clutter and focus your mind, the next important step is letting go of worry. Worry can take up so much space in your mind, and it makes it hard to think clearly. It's like carrying a heavy backpack filled with all the things you fear or think might happen. The more you carry that weight, the harder it is to move forward. The first thing to remember is that worry is a habit. When we worry, we are often thinking about things that haven't happened yet. We create stories in our minds about what could go wrong. But in reality, most of the things we worry about never happen. Worrying doesn't solve problems. It only makes us feel more anxious and stressed. One of the best ways to deal with worry is to challenge your thoughts. When you start to feel anxious, ask yourself, what am I really worried about? Is it something I can control? Is it something that will really happen? Often, the things we worry about aren't as big or as important as we think. By questioning your thoughts, you can begin to let go of unnecessary fear. Another technique is to focus on the present moment. Worry often comes from thinking about the future. We wonder, what if I fail? Or what if things don't work out? But the future is not here yet. The only thing you can control is what you do today. Instead of worrying about the unknown, bring your attention back to what is happening right now. Focus on your breath, your actions, or the people around you. This helps you stay grounded and reduces the power of worry. You can also use positive affirmations to help let go of worry. When you feel anxious, tell yourself something positive, like, I can handle this, or I am doing my best. Positive affirmations remind you that you are strong and capable. They help shift your mind from fear to confidence. Every time you say something positive to yourself, you are training your mind to believe in your ability to handle difficult situations. Another great way to let go of worry is to write it down. When you're feeling worried or stressed, take a piece of paper and write down what's bothering you. Don't worry about making it perfect. Just write what's on your mind. Writing can help clear your thoughts and make them feel less overwhelming. Once you've written everything down, take a moment to read it. You may realize that your worries don't seem as big when they are on paper. This helps take the power away from your worries and gives you the chance to move forward. Finally, remember that you don't have to be perfect. It's okay to feel worried sometimes. Everyone experiences fear and anxiety, but you don't need to let worry control your life. By practicing the techniques above, you can start to let go of unnecessary stress and focus on what's important. After letting go of worry, the next step in emptying your mind is embracing calmness. It's easy to get caught up in the noise of everyday life, the busy streets, the constant notifications on your phone, the pressure of work or school. But true peace comes when you create moments of calm for yourself. These moments help your mind relax, reset, and recharge. One way to embrace calmness is through meditation. Meditation is a practice where you focus on your breath or a specific thought for a period of time, letting go of everything else. At first, meditation might seem difficult. You might think, I can't stop thinking. But that's okay. The goal of meditation isn't to stop all your thoughts, but to notice them without reacting. Over time, you will find that it becomes easier to quiet your mind. Start by sitting in a comfortable position. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Breathe in slowly through your nose and out through your mouth. As you breathe, try to bring your attention to your breath. If your mind starts to wander, gently bring it back to the feeling of your breath. Even just a few minutes of this can help calm your mind and give you space to relax. If meditation seems hard, another way to embrace calmness is by spending time in nature. Whether it's a walk in the park, a hike in the mountains, or simply sitting outside and enjoying the fresh air, nature has a powerful way of calming our minds. The natural world slows us down and reminds us that life doesn't need to be rushed. When you spend time outside, you're connecting with the present moment. You're allowing your mind to relax and focus on what's around you, rather than what's inside your head. You can also practice calmness through relaxing activities. Do you enjoy reading, drawing, or listening to music? These activities can be a great way to calm your mind. When you do something you enjoy, your mind has a chance to focus on something positive. Whether it's reading a book, painting, or simply listening to your favorite songs, it helps take your mind off stress and brings you back to the present moment. Another way to create calmness is by setting boundaries. In our busy lives, it's easy to say yes to everything and everyone, but this can leave you feeling overwhelmed. Sometimes, it's important to say no. Setting boundaries means protecting your time and energy. It means being okay with saying, "I need a break," or "I can't do that right now." By setting clear boundaries, you allow yourself the space to relax and recharge. Finally, remember that embracing calmness is a practice. Just like any other skill, it takes time and patience. It's about creating moments in your day where you can breathe, relax, and reset your mind. Over time, these moments will help you feel more balanced and peaceful. As you continue to empty your mind and practice focusing, clearing away worry, and embracing calmness, another crucial part of the process is rest. Rest is not just about sleeping. It's about giving your mind and body the time they need to recharge. Without rest, it's hard to stay clear, focused, and energized. Think about how your phone works. After you use it for a long time, it starts to lose battery. If you don't charge it, it stops working. Your body and mind work the same way. You need rest to recharge. Without it, you become drained, and everything feels harder. Rest helps you recover and refresh so you can keep moving forward with a clear mind. First, let's talk about quality sleep. Sleep is one of the most important ways to rest your brain. When you sleep, your brain gets the chance to process the information it has learned throughout the day. It also repairs itself, organizes your thoughts, and strengthens your memory. Without enough sleep, your mind becomes foggy, and it's harder to focus. To improve your sleep, try to set a regular bedtime. Going to sleep and waking up at the same time each day helps your body create a rhythm. Avoid looking at your phone or computer screens at least 30 minutes before bedtime, as the light from these devices can make it harder to sleep. Instead, try reading a book or listening to calming music. Creating a peaceful bedtime routine can help you relax and fall asleep faster. In addition to sleep, taking short breaks throughout the day is important. Even if you're working, studying, or running errands, it's essential to give yourself time to rest. You can do this by stepping away from your work, walking around, or simply sitting quietly for a few minutes. These breaks help clear your mind and recharge your energy. It's like giving your brain a chance to press the pause button so it doesn't burn out. Another important form of rest is mental relaxation. This means taking time to do nothing. In our busy world, we often feel guilty when we aren't doing something productive. But resting your mind is just as important as working. It's okay to sit in silence, take deep breaths, or even just stare out the window. These moments of mental rest allow your mind to let go of stress and feel more relaxed. You might also want to consider unplugging from technology. Our phones, computers, and TVs are often full of information, messages, and distractions. Taking time away from these devices allows your brain to relax without constant input. You don't need to be connected all the time. Sometimes, it's best to just take a break from screens and enjoy the present moment. Finally, remember that rest isn't laziness. Rest is necessary for your health and well-being. It's a time to refresh your mind and body so you can keep going. When you rest, you give yourself permission to slow down. You allow your brain to process, recover, and come back stronger. So, take time for rest, sleep, breaks, and relaxation. Your mind will thank you, and you will feel more focused and clear. As you continue to empty your mind and make space for calm, it's important to understand the power of silence. In today's world, we are constantly surrounded by noise. There are phones ringing, cars honking, people talking, and endless streams of information. This noise can overwhelm us and make it hard to think clearly. But silence is a powerful tool for emptying your mind and finding peace. Silence doesn't just mean the absence of sound. It's also about quieting the constant chatter in your mind. Think of your mind as a crowded room. If everyone is talking at once, it's hard to hear anything clearly. But if the room becomes quiet, you can focus and hear what matters. This is what silence can do for your mind. It helps you hear your own thoughts more clearly. One way to embrace silence is to spend time alone. Many people are afraid of being alone with their thoughts, but being alone allows you to connect with yourself. You don't have to be doing anything, just sitting quietly, reflecting, and allowing your mind to slow down. This can be a simple moment, like sitting in a park or taking a walk alone. During these moments, try to listen to the sounds around you, the birds, the wind, the leaves rustling. These quiet moments help you reconnect with the present. Another way to embrace silence is through mindful listening. This means paying close attention to sounds without judgment. For example, when you are walking, focus on the sounds of your surroundings, perhaps the sound of your footsteps, the rustling of leaves, or the distant hum of traffic. By listening mindfully, you bring your attention to the present moment, which helps clear your mind of distractions. This practice helps you slow down and let go of the constant rush of thoughts. You can also practice silence by limiting distractions in your environment. Sometimes, the noise in our lives isn't just external, it comes from inside as well. Our minds are constantly busy with worries, plans, and ideas. One way to create silence is to remove external distractions. Try turning off your phone for a while, shutting down your computer, and choosing a quiet space where you can be alone with your thoughts. The silence of your environment will help quiet the noise in your mind. Another important practice is to take silent breaks throughout the day. This doesn't mean doing nothing. It's about taking time to pause, breathe, and reflect. Even if it's just for 5 or 10 minutes, a silent break can make a big difference in your mental clarity. During these breaks, don't check your phone or engage with anything else. Just sit quietly, focus on your breath, and let your thoughts come and go without holding on to them. Lastly, silence helps us listen better. When there is less noise, we can hear more clearly, not just the sounds around us, but also our inner voice. By practicing silence, you open up space to hear your own thoughts, ideas, and feelings. This helps you make better decisions and understand yourself more deeply. Remember, silence isn't empty. It's full of possibility. It's in silence that we often find the answers we're looking for. It's in silence that we reconnect with ourselves and create space for true peace. So, make time for silence in your life. Step away from the noise, clear your mind, and enjoy the calm that follows. As you continue on your journey to empty your mind, one of the most important qualities you can practice is patience. In our fast-paced world, we often expect things to happen quickly. We want results now. But true mental clarity and peace take time, and learning to be patient with yourself is key to creating lasting change in your life. Patience isn't just about waiting. It's about accepting the process. When we try to rush things, we often end up feeling frustrated or disappointed. But when you learn to be patient, you allow yourself the time and space to grow. Think about when you plant a seed in the ground. You don't see it grow immediately. It takes time, water, and care for the plant to begin to grow. Your mind works the same way. It needs time to clear away the clutter and build a sense of peace. The first step in practicing patience is to understand that change takes time. You may not see the results of emptying your mind right away, and that's okay. It's like learning a new skill. At first, it feels difficult and frustrating. But the more you practice, the better you get, and eventually, you'll begin to notice the results. Mental peace doesn't happen overnight, but with patience, it becomes a natural part of your life. Another way to practice patience is by being kind to yourself. Often, we are our own toughest critics. We think we should be better, faster, or more successful. But this kind of thinking creates stress and slows down our progress. Instead, try to be gentle with yourself. When your mind feels busy or full of thoughts, don't get frustrated. Instead, remind yourself that it's okay to feel this way. You are learning, and it takes time. Patience is about understanding that you are on a journey, and you don't need to rush. It's also important to stay present while practicing patience. When we're focused on the future, it's easy to feel impatient. But the key to patience is enjoying the moment you are in. Instead of worrying about what will happen next, focus on what is happening right now. When you practice patience, you allow yourself to enjoy each step of the process. Whether you're meditating, focusing on your breath, or clearing your mind, stay present and accept that each step is part of your growth. One of the most powerful tools for practicing patience is deep breathing. When you feel impatient or anxious, take a moment to breathe. Close your eyes, breathe in slowly, and exhale slowly. This simple act of breathing helps bring you back to the present moment and reminds you that things don't need to happen all at once. It helps you relax and trust that everything is unfolding in its own time. Finally, remember that patience builds resilience. The more patient you are with yourself and the process, the stronger your ability to handle life's challenges. You will face moments of frustration, but with patience, you will learn to face those moments with calm and confidence. Patience is the key to transforming your mind and finding lasting peace. By accepting the process, being kind to yourself, staying present, and breathing deeply, you are creating a mind that can embrace calmness, focus, and clarity. And over time, this patience will help you achieve the mental peace you've been searching for. As you continue emptying your mind and clearing away distractions, the next step is to build mental strength. Just like physical strength, mental strength is developed over time with practice. It's the ability to stay calm under pressure, stay focused when things get difficult, and keep going even when you feel like giving up. Mental strength is not something you are born with. It's something you can grow. One of the first things to understand is that mental strength starts with your thoughts. Your thoughts have a big impact on how you feel and act. If you constantly tell yourself that you can't do something or that things are too hard, it's easy to feel weak or discouraged. But when you change your thoughts and believe in your ability to succeed, you become mentally stronger. Start by noticing your thoughts. When a negative thought appears, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this true? Is this helpful? For example, if you think, I'm not good enough to do this, challenge that thought. Instead, remind yourself, I am capable of learning and improving. Replacing negative thoughts with positive ones helps build mental strength and resilience. Another way to build mental strength is by embracing challenges. It's easy to avoid things that make us uncomfortable, but growth happens when we push ourselves outside of our comfort zones. When you face a challenge, don't give up right away. Instead, stay with it. Break the task into smaller steps and focus on one step at a time. You'll be surprised at how much you can accomplish when you don't quit. Resilience is also about learning from failure. Everyone makes mistakes, but it's how we respond to failure that matters. When you fail, don't see it as a reason to give up. Instead, see it as a chance to learn. Ask yourself, what can I do better next time? Failure is not the end. It's an opportunity to grow and improve. One of the most powerful ways to build mental strength is by practicing self-discipline. Discipline means making the right choices even when it's hard. It's about doing what you know you need to do, even when you don't feel like doing it. Start small by setting goals for yourself each day. These goals don't have to be big, just small tasks that help you stay focused. Over time, these small acts of discipline will add up and help you develop mental strength. Another way to build strength is by surrounding yourself with positive influences. The people you spend time with can have a big impact on your mindset. Spend time with people who encourage you and believe in your potential. Avoid people who bring you down or make you doubt yourself. Surrounding yourself with positivity helps you stay mentally strong and focused on your goals. Finally, remember that mental strength is a practice. It's not something that happens overnight, but with patience, persistence, and practice, you can become mentally stronger. Keep challenging yourself, learning from your mistakes, and making the right choices. Over time, you will build the mental strength needed to face any challenges life throws at you. As you continue to empty your mind, one important practice is the art of letting go. Letting go means releasing the thoughts, feelings, and attachments that no longer serve you. It's about making space for peace and clarity by not holding on to things that cause stress or pain. Learning to let go is a powerful skill that helps you stay calm, focused, and free from unnecessary mental weight. First, let's talk about letting go of negative thoughts. We all have moments when negative thoughts enter our minds. Maybe you think, I'm not good enough, or I'll never succeed. These thoughts can hold you back and make you feel stuck. But when you let go of these negative beliefs, you give yourself the freedom to grow. The key is to recognize these thoughts when they arise and gently release them. You don't have to believe everything your mind tells you. Instead, choose to let go of thoughts that don't support your well-being. Another important area of letting go is releasing past mistakes. Many people hold on to regret from their past, things they wish they had done differently or chances they missed. But living in the past keeps you from moving forward. It's like driving a car while only looking in the rearview mirror. To move forward, you must let go of past mistakes. Understand that mistakes are a part of life and growth. Instead of regretting them, focus on what you can learn from them. Letting go of regret allows you to embrace the present and create a better future. Letting go also involves releasing your need for control. In life, there are many things we cannot control. We can't control other people's actions, the weather, or the future. When we try to control everything, it creates stress and anxiety. The truth is, the more we try to control, the more we end up feeling frustrated. The art of letting go means accepting that some things are beyond your control. Instead of worrying about them, focus on what you can control, your actions, your thoughts, and your responses to life's challenges. Another area where letting go is important is releasing judgment. Often, we judge ourselves and others too harshly. We think we're not good enough, or we criticize others for not being like us. But judgment only creates more stress and division. To let go of judgment, practice compassion. Be kind to yourself and to others. Understand that everyone is doing the best they can with what they have. When you release judgment, you open your mind to understanding and connection. Letting go is also about releasing attachments to outcomes. Sometimes we become attached to specific results, like wanting things to go a certain way or expecting a particular outcome. When things don't go as planned, it can be disappointing and frustrating. But when you let go of these attachments, you free yourself from unnecessary stress. Instead of focusing on the result, focus on the process. Embrace whatever comes your way, knowing that every experience brings something valuable. Finally, remember that letting go is a continuous process. It's not something you do once and forget about. It's something you practice every day. Every time a negative thought enters your mind, let it go. Every time you feel attached to an outcome, release it. With each step, you'll find that your mind becomes clearer, calmer, and more peaceful. Letting go isn't about losing something. It's about gaining freedom. It's about creating space in your mind for peace, happiness, and growth. Keep practicing the art of letting go, and you'll find yourself feeling lighter, more focused, and more at ease. As you work on emptying your mind and building mental clarity, one of the most powerful tools to support your journey is gratitude. Gratitude is the practice of recognizing and appreciating the positive aspects of your life. It's easy to get caught up in what we don't have or what's going wrong. But when you focus on gratitude, you shift your attention to what is going well, which helps your mind feel more peaceful and content. To start, it's helpful to create a gratitude practice. This can be as simple as writing down 3 things you are grateful for every day. They don't have to be big things. Maybe it's the warm cup of coffee you had in the morning, the smile from a stranger, or the peaceful moment you spent in nature. The key is to make it a daily habit. When you write down what you're grateful for, you train your mind to notice the good things around you. Gratitude is also about appreciating the small moments. Often, we overlook the simple things that make our day better. We focus so much on big goals and achievements that we forget to appreciate the little joys. Gratitude teaches us to slow down and notice these moments. Whether it's the sound of birds chirping in the morning, the feeling of a cool breeze on a hot day, or the comfort of your favorite chair, these moments are worth appreciating. By recognizing the small things, you can fill your mind with positivity and calm. Another important aspect of gratitude is changing your perspective. When you face challenges or setbacks, it's easy to feel discouraged. But when you practice gratitude, you can shift your focus from what's going wrong to what you can learn from the situation. For example, if you fail at something, instead of focusing on the failure, think about the lessons you've learned. Ask yourself, what can I do differently next time? What can I be grateful for in this situation? This mindset helps you stay resilient and move forward with a positive outlook. Gratitude also helps you strengthen your relationships. When you express gratitude to others, it deepens your connection with them. Take a moment to thank someone for something they've done, whether it's a friend, family member, or coworker. Showing appreciation helps build trust and positive feelings between you and others. It's a simple way to create stronger, more supportive relationships. One of the best ways to practice gratitude is through gratitude meditation. This is a simple practice where you focus on the things you are grateful for while calming your mind. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths. As you breathe, think about the people, experiences, or things that bring you joy. Let those feelings of gratitude fill your heart. This practice helps you feel more connected to the present moment and brings a sense of peace to your mind. Lastly, remember that gratitude is a choice. You can choose to focus on what's not going right, or you can choose to focus on the good. The more you choose gratitude, the easier it becomes. Over time, you'll notice that your mind becomes clearer, your mood improves, and you feel more peaceful. As you continue working on emptying your mind, one of the most important shifts you can make is focusing on positivity. A positive mindset is a powerful tool that can help you navigate life with more confidence, clarity, and happiness. The more you focus on positive thoughts, the more you attract positive experiences into your life. But how do you train your mind to think more positively? It starts with small, everyday changes. One way to build a positive mindset is to challenge negative thoughts. When you catch yourself thinking negatively, try to pause and ask, is this thought true? Is this helpful? Often, negative thoughts are exaggerated or not based on reality. For example, if you think, I'll never succeed, challenge that thought by reminding yourself of times when you have succeeded, no matter how small. By questioning your negative thoughts, you stop them from taking control of your mind. Another way to practice positivity is by surrounding yourself with positive influences. The people around you have a big impact on your mindset. Spend time with people who lift you up, encourage you, and believe in you. Avoid negative people who bring you down or make you doubt yourself. Positive people inspire and motivate you, and being around them helps you stay focused on the good things in life. One powerful technique for building positivity is through affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that you repeat to yourself to strengthen your belief in yourself. For example, you can say, I am capable of achieving my goals, or I am strong and confident. By repeating these affirmations regularly, you begin to train your mind to focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses. Another way to boost positivity is to focus on gratitude. As we've already discussed, gratitude helps shift your focus from what's wrong in your life to what's going well. When you practice gratitude every day, it changes the way you see the world. You start to notice all the good things you have, instead of focusing on what you don't have. This helps you develop a more positive and peaceful mindset. It's also important to let go of perfection. Many people fall into the trap of thinking they must be perfect in everything they do. This mindset creates unnecessary pressure and stress. Instead, practice self-compassion and accept that mistakes are part of life. When you stop expecting perfection, you give yourself the freedom to enjoy the process and learn from your experiences. Finally, remember that positivity is a habit. The more you practice thinking positively, the easier it becomes. It's about making small, daily choices to focus on the good, no matter what challenges you face. As you continue to empty your mind and embrace positivity, you'll find that your life becomes clearer, brighter, and more fulfilling. As you continue emptying your mind, one of the most powerful ways to maintain clarity and focus is by finding your purpose. Purpose is what gives your life meaning and direction. When you have a clear sense of purpose, it's easier to stay focused, make decisions, and feel motivated. But how do you find your purpose? It's simpler than you might think. The first step in finding your purpose is to explore your passions. What do you enjoy doing? What excites you? When you do something you love, time seems to fly, and you feel energized. Your passions are a clue to what makes you feel alive. Whether it's creating art, helping others, learning new things, or solving problems, your passions can guide you toward your purpose. Another way to discover your purpose is by reflecting on your strengths. What are you good at? Everyone has unique talents, and when you use your strengths, you feel more confident and capable. Think about the skills or abilities you've developed throughout your life. Are there any ways you can use these talents to make a difference in the world? Finding your purpose often involves using what you're good at to help others or make a positive impact. Pay attention to what makes you feel fulfilled. When you feel fulfilled, you know you are on the right path. Fulfillment comes from doing things that align with your values and beliefs. For example, helping someone in need, working toward a goal, or creating something meaningful can give you a sense of purpose. Reflect on the moments when you felt truly fulfilled. What were you doing? Who were you with? These moments can give you clues about your purpose. Your purpose can also come from the way you help others. Sometimes, our purpose is about serving and supporting people. Think about the ways you can make life better for others, whether it's through your work, your relationships, or your community. Helping others gives you a sense of connection and meaning, which can guide you toward your purpose. It's important to remember that purpose doesn't always look the same for everyone. Your purpose may not be a big, world-changing goal. It might be about living in a way that makes you happy, healthy, and fulfilled. Your purpose might be about enjoying the small moments, building meaningful relationships, or contributing to your community in your own way. There's no one right way to find your purpose. Lastly, be patient. Finding your purpose takes time. It's a journey that can change and evolve as you grow. Keep exploring your passions, reflecting on your strengths, and looking for ways to serve others. Over time, your purpose will become clearer. As you continue your journey of emptying your mind, one powerful way to support your mental clarity is by creating healthy habits. Habits shape our lives. The small things you do every day can have a big impact on how you feel and how well you function. By building healthy habits, you can improve your mental health, focus, and overall well-being. The first step in creating healthy habits is to start small. Trying to change everything at once can be overwhelming and often leads to failure. Instead, focus on one habit at a time. Maybe you want to start exercising more. Instead of committing to an hour at the gym every day, start with 10 minutes of walking or stretching each day. Once that becomes part of your routine, you can gradually increase the time and intensity. Small, consistent actions add up to big results. Next, make your habits enjoyable. If you want to stick to a new habit, it should be something you enjoy. For example, if you want to read more, choose books that interest you. If you want to eat healthier, find recipes that you like and make them fun to prepare. When you enjoy the process, it's much easier to keep doing it. Find ways to make your healthy habits something you look forward to, not something you have to force yourself to do. It's also important to stay consistent. Consistency is the key to making a habit stick. It's not about being perfect every day. It's about showing up regularly. For example, if you want to meditate, set a time each day to do it. Even if you only meditate for a few minutes, doing it every day will help you build the habit. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. Over time, your healthy habits will become part of your routine, and you won't have to think twice about doing them. Track your progress. One way to stay motivated is to track your habits. You can keep a simple journal or use an app to log your progress. Seeing your improvement over time is a great way to stay encouraged and motivated. If you miss a day, don't get discouraged. Just get back on track the next day. Tracking your habits helps you stay accountable and reminds you of the positive changes you're making. Another tip is to pair new habits with existing ones. This is called habit stacking. For example, if you already have a habit of drinking coffee in the morning, you can stack a new habit like stretching or journaling right after your coffee. By linking new habits to things you already do, it becomes easier to remember and build them into your routine. Lastly, be patient with yourself. Building new habits takes time, and it's normal to face challenges along the way. It's important to celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Every step forward is a step in the right direction. Don't focus on perfection, focus on progress. As you work on emptying your mind and building healthy habits, another key part of your journey is learning how to stay motivated. Motivation is what helps you get started, keep going, and achieve your goals. But staying motivated, especially when things get tough, can be challenging. Fortunately, there are simple strategies to keep your motivation high. One of the most important things to remember is that motivation comes from within. It's easy to rely on external factors like rewards or praise to stay motivated. But the most powerful motivation comes from your own desire to improve. Find out why your goal matters to you. If you want to get better at something, remind yourself of the reason behind it. Maybe you want to learn English because it will help you communicate with people around the world. Or maybe you want to exercise because it makes you feel healthier and more confident. Keeping your why in mind will keep you motivated even on difficult days. Another tip is to set small, achievable goals. Large goals can feel overwhelming and make you lose motivation if you don't see progress quickly. Break down your bigger goal into smaller steps that you can achieve every day. For example, instead of saying, "I want to be fluent in English," start with, "I will learn 5 new words today." Celebrate each small victory. These small wins build momentum and keep you moving forward. It's also helpful to build a routine. When you have a regular routine, your mind knows what to expect, and it becomes easier to stay on track. For example, if you want to meditate every morning, make it part of your routine. Do it at the same time each day. This turns your desired activity into a habit, and habits are easier to stick with than one-time tasks. Sometimes, motivation can fade because of self-doubt or fear of failure. These feelings are normal, but they don't have to control you. When you feel unsure about your abilities, remind yourself that everyone starts somewhere. Nobody is perfect from the beginning, and failure is simply part of the learning process. Each mistake you make is an opportunity to improve. Don't be afraid to fail, because failure means you're trying, and that's how growth happens. Another strategy is to surround yourself with support. Being around people who encourage you can boost your motivation. Talk to friends, family, or mentors who believe in you. Share your goals with them and ask for their support. When you have others rooting for you, it makes it easier to keep going. Finally, remember that motivation isn't constant. Some days, you will feel more motivated than others, and that's okay. On days when you feel less motivated, don't give up entirely. Do something small towards your goal, even if it's just a few minutes. Small actions are better than no action at all.